Welcome to our Performance Edge Weekly Wisdom, where spirit drives performance. Coach Soul here, and today we are going to discuss the worsening tendency of our youth mental health and how it mirrors the parents' mental health as well. So by the end of this video today, as a parent, not only will you learn how to significantly take charge and have a better grip on the situation, but you will learn on how to improve significantly your impact on your teens. Ready? So, according to a recent article, as a nation grapples around with a youth mental health crisis, parents are experiencing the same rate of anxiety and suffering as their children.
When you look at anxiety, burned out, depression, they are negatively degrading our nation's health. And unfortunately, families are not adequately equipped to handle this pandemic situation. And if you are not able to tell the basic indicators of these energies, or even worse, if the indicator you are currently using are not completely reliable, you could be in for a long and difficult predicament situation. So in this video today, we will review the most commonly accepted guidelines. And afterward, I will introduce you to the basic spirit indicators, which are far more reliable. And if you stick around till the end, I will teach you an effective technique you can use with your teen. Sounds like a plan? So let's dive in. So when you look at the current situation, it is clear that children's mental health is an emergency, touching almost every family in the country. However, basically what's been an oversight has been highlighted now by a recent major survey from Harvard University. And the findings are clear. Parents and teens' emotional health, they are inseparable. And the data further indicates that parents are suffering from anxiety and depression at about the same rate as their teens. And so according to the article, about 18% of teens reported suffering anxiety. And on the other side, there are about 20% of mothers and 15% of fathers, they reported anxiety as well. Now, on the other scale of what depression, so 15% of teens reported depression. And for parents, about 16% of mothers and 10% of fathers, they reported depression as well. So lastly, other 1/3 of teens had at least one parent who reported anxiety or depression. So on an aggregate level, when you look at it, with almost 40%, yes, 40 of teens, they are reported being at least somewhat worried about the mental health of at least one of their parents. So the situation is something we can no longer look backward. And when you look at the current methodology, the top mental health experts are suggesting prevention strategies. And those here, I have selected 5 good baseline that are quick and will help you really improve your emotional well-being. But if you need more, the link is below. So according to the CDC, there are about 21 tips that help you improve your emotional well-being. So I'm going to invite you to look at that forward. But one of the first tip, very simple. The first tip, take a nature walk or a city hike. with your family, if that you can do that together, activity. The second tip that you got to do intentionally is be active. Be active with intention. That's critical. Now, the third tip is really an umbrella of activities that you can do based on what feels right for you. For example, if you like dancing, take a dance break. Or if you like lifting weight, lift weights. Or you can do push-ups at home or sit-ups. And if you're more of a ball person, you can kick around the ball for a few minutes. And then you can channel your energy into a quick cleaning of your home if you like more cleaning chores. So those under the third tip, are all these choices you can make, depending on what feels right for you. You can mix all of them. And now, number 4 suggestion, just practice relaxation techniques, right? Take your time to relax. Use some of these techniques. And number 5, it's also giving you options. The first one is just wash your face or rinse your hands in cool water to reduce tension, calm your nerves. And then afterward, you can close your eyes, take a deep breath. Let's do that together. You can do it again. Just feel how it makes a difference. One more deep breath. I hope you can feel that change even in your physiology. And you can just stretch, do yoga, or meditate. So those are 5 tips you can use to quickly improve your emotional being as prevention strategies. And again, if you need additional tips, make sure to check the link below where the CDC has 21 pointers to improve your emotional. And I want to add, in the worst of case, and it's confidential, and it's available 24 hours, 7 days a week, 55 a day. If you or someone you know struggling or is in crisis, help is available. And you can call, you can text 988. Call or text 988. That's right. So what is important here now is to look at the current result. And so according to a recent Pew Research Center survey, which was done early 2023, children mental health concerns top the list of worries for parents. It's undeniable now. And the top worries for parents is their children's mental health, and tops it at 40%. Even more than parents being worried about their children being bullied, stand at 35%. And you have parents worried about their children being abducted at 28%. But all this, even far more than drugs or alcohol at 23%. Or as well as parents worry about teen pregnancy, 16%. Or parents worry about their children getting in trouble with authorities at 14%. So all this, it's clear now. Young people are hurting, and their parents are feeling it. It's clear. Mental health tops the list of parental concern. We can no longer deny it. So the natural question is, why it's not working? Unfortunately, the issue will even get worse for both parents and teens. Mainly, quite simply because current solutions are treating symptoms and they are not addressing the real root causes. So where do lies solution. The solution lies in understanding a new paradigm that was understood in ancient Egypt. And you can find out more about that by watching my video about the quantum door. The quantum door is a spirit elevation platform system that equips people to move them from being rigid, from being stuck, from being overwhelmed, to being effectively in the flow, to being in the ease for optimal performance. So that's where the quantum door allows people to leverage their spirit so they can amplify their human excellence. So you might be asking, so what is new in that new paradigm? It's simple. Humans experience themselves in 5 dimensions. Yes, 5 dimensions. And this is not a sci-fi movie or a Star Trek episode. What it means is that if you understand that, it means that your reality is nothing but your spirit actualized into form. So that leads to understand that the emotional dimension is only one of them. And it is a reflection of your spirit animation. That is relevant because only the true understanding of how human beings operate will help provide a sustainable solution to this new mental pattern. And so in that new understanding, instead of a baseline observable behavior we discussed earlier, we focus in the quantum door with 3 main drivers that impact your experience in the reality. And they are social conformity, self-projection, and resources. They're not necessarily in order, but an easy way for you to understand social conformity, for example, is to think of it as a pressure and the unseen or unspoken rules that are imposed on people by accepted society norms. As you can imagine, nowadays with social media and the 24 hours news cycle, that conforming is elevated to critical levels. And now for self-projection, it reflects the doubt, the fear that are inherent or in our personalities and our weaknesses. So when you think about resources as a third driver, very important, especially if there is a perception of scarcity. Like, will I have enough money? Will I have enough time? Will I have enough energy to survive? Or will I have enough energy to satisfy my needs and my wants? So, on an aggregate, these 3 drivers, they organize the animation of your energies, which define your experience in your reality. So now, on a practical level, is what do I do, right? You might be asking, so what to do instead? Well, let's give you a very practical tool so you understand. So when you experience anxiety as a parent, the first thing, for you to understand that you are experiencing a tension. So that tension is caused by conflict between the value you hold that is not matching the reality you are experiencing. So basically, the anxiety you feel is a signal from your spirit matrix that points to a misalignment and to a conflict between your spirit desires and your actual experience in your reality. So the spiritual work you need to do is to see the fear that is driving the misalignment, and you rectify that. So now, in the case of depression, your spirit desires yearning to be expressed are actually non-existent in your reality. So here again, the spiritual work can start with these 2 points I'm going to share with you. So the first spirit basic indicator you can use that's important is self-honesty. And here, I'm not saying you are not honest, but what this is saying is you got to be clear. You got to be sincere about what you are feeling. Because you know what? Denial and justification are your enemies. So what that means is you need to throw out of a window all the positive thinking methodology you have learned. And you want to know why? Because you cannot create a sustainable change that you have not accepted. So until you accept the true nature of your problem, you will not be able to. So that's really key here. So why? Let's talk, for example, performance, just for a moment. If you think about any high performer, and for me, what comes in mind is I'm thinking about, let's say, basketball, right? National Basketball Association, NBA here in the United States. And I'm thinking about two top players. You may have heard about them or not, but Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, those were two greatest players that NBA has known. And I want to just share with you because they had two critical moments, each of them in their career. They had a milestone breakthrough moment. And in order for them to improve, become some of the best players they became, there was a day they made a decision. And they had to accept that their performance was not great, that their performance will suck. And I call that radical honesty. And yes, we all need radical honesty. That's what we need. Make that decision. Until then, that's important because it's a demarcation line to begin to change your conditions. And so the number two really basic spirit indicators is to find out the deep fear. So this process may take you a little more work, but it's all about seeing the illusions at work through the three drivers. For example, a parent that is a perfectionist and that is stressed out at work will want his teen to do the homework on time and to a T. And unfortunately, consequently, that parent will pass down his stress level to his teen, which could affect the teen's productivity. Why is that relevant? Because fear will take many faces in order to hide itself. In many cases, such as denial or pretension. And since you stick all the way here, I want to share with you a bonus tip. What is that bonus tip? Is start writing down daily the things that create a conflict in your feelings. And keep an ongoing journal. And then after a few weeks, you will have the strongest and the most dominant fear visibles that you will be able to track. So that's really important. And I would like to continue this dialogue with you, but I want to be cognizant of the time we already spent together. So if you want to know more and continue this conversation with me, please sign up to our brand new community, Free Souls, and you will get access to more tips, and you will be able to get relevant answers to your real problems. So the link is in my comments below, and also I'm making myself available in case you haven't heard. If you have any issue you want me to talk about, you can submit that in the comments below, or you can request specific video topics by logging onto the website www.thequantumdo.com/videos. Again, www.thequantumdo.com/videos, so that you can request specific topic that I will be able to help you with. Before I depart, I want to talk to you very closely. So I want to talk to you very closely because I'm sure you agree with me that this is something major we need to handle together, because our teens, our children, are the future.
They are the keys to our society. So it's imperative that we engage them in meaningful ways to allow them to fully express who they are meant to become. So as a parent, it is crucial that we have the right information to make the biggest difference in our teens' lives. That's why I'm here, to provide you with a different angle of what's going on. So as always, say, failure is a prerequisite for excellence. Until next time, live your truth. Coach Shaw, out.